What's going on, guys? We are back once again, and we're going to be talking about another show that I grew up watching, and I loved it, man. It was a great, funny show, My Wife and Kids, that starred Damon Wayans, and we had Tisha Campbell, and a whole bunch of others. What we basically had in the entirety of this show is Damon Wayans played as Michael, the father to three children, the oldest son, and teenage daughter, and younger daughter, and he goes through the normal of everyday family life, and this was absolutely hilarious. It went through 5 seasons. It went through how to deal with teenage kids, young kids, being a dad, trying to be a hip dad, and also with relationships. Every normal TV show that was in the early 2000s. And I like this show. I really did. Damon Wayans was one of my favorite actors at the time, and I will still watch this show, even though I don't agree with some things that he's done, on some other things. But I do like this show. I really do. I think it was a great, funny, just active show. I think one of my favorite scenes was the whole with him and Terry Crews, where, like when him in the gym, I laughed so hard, or when Jay, Tisha Campbell, when she got a makeover, I was like, oh my gosh, man, she looks absolutely amazing. She's so beautiful. And that scene was absolutely hilarious of how they did that. And then also where Michael found out that his oldest son, got with his girlfriend in their bed. So I was really laughing at that. There was a lot of, again, Junior was really stupid. I did not like Junior. Katie, again, she was very young, so, I liked her at times. She was very funny. Claire, she was like the so-called pretty girl that was just a real idiot. She was like that blonde, And it's just really funny how you would think that a lot of these ones don't act like their characters. You don't want to have them act like their characters, but at the same time, you're like, oh, well, maybe they do or maybe they don't. But either way, there's a lot of random ones in this show that would come. And you had, Damon Wayans Jr., who was, his son, was in here at one point. You had Megan Good, who was in here at one point. You had Lester Speed was in here at one point. You had Cat Williams even. You had Keen Ivory Wayans that was even in here. You had Serena Williams that was even in here. You had Raymond Simone that was in there as well. You had a lot of different actors and actresses that guest starred on this show. So this show was really up there. I would have to say this was one of the most top TV shows. It was like if you mixed, I would say, King of Queens with Martin, I would say. And that's the closest way I know how to describe it. And I love it. It's still a great show. It's still a lot of funny. I think one of my other favorite episodes is during the family trip that they went on, and they were trying to stay awake, and where he was trying to inform Junior, like, hey, your mom and your sister are on their monthly, so try to be respectful and all this and that, but at the same time, he's just like, don't look even those women in the eye, don't do this, don't do that. And it was just absolutely hilarious. This show is one of those where you can still come back and watch it with your family, your friends, or your loved ones, or your kids, or even your spouse later on down the line, and still have a great time, still have a great time watching it. It still is a great older show. I still think it's going to be an amazing time to go back and visit at some point and just try to watch it, which I think it will. It's been a minute since I watched the show. It's been a minute since I've even watched it. I'll watch some clips here and there, or I'll watch a few tidbits because it's been a while. But either way, I think I would go back to the show just to enjoy it. Everybody looks completely different, especially the one that played the daughters. The one plays Junior, he looks about the same. The one played Franklin, he looks a lot different. Obviously, everybody got older. And I have to say, a lot of my favorite moments in my Wife and Kids, I remember watching this when I was little, and I was laughing so hard. I didn't get some of the comments when I was younger, but I get them now. And it's really different now when you're older, and you really don't get, especially with some of the things with teenage pregnancy, or, trying to deal with a son that doesn't really know how to grow up, or even some of the things with having an older or a daughter doesn't really understand about certain things, or a younger daughter, or all these other things that go into life. Well, overall, I think this show really taught us a lot about, not only different things in family, but different things in your friends, and your peers, and just just have a good time, live. And that's pretty much what this show is about. And I think that's what Damon Wayans brought to screen, was to have fun and not take life so seriously, and then try to take life seriously when you're at different moments in your life and you don't know how to handle it. And that's pretty much what he brought onto stage, onto the screen, that he brought into the home, your home when you were watching it. So, like I said, this is a great show. I do recommend it to anyone that has not watched it. Go check it out. DVD, I think it's out there on some streaming service. I'm going to have to definitely take a look. But either way, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.